Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from here onwards, we have to study further. We are studying the dynamic behavior of MOSFET, and in that we have seen various capacitance of MOSFETs in different regions of operation: cutoff, resistive, and saturation. And then here onwards, we are going to see further. See, to calculate the total, to compute the total capacitance, gate capacitance, how we can estimate or measure or simulate. This is the circuit. What you are doing here is drain and source are tied together and connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and positive terminal of the battery is connected to VGA, I mean gate. Okay, and you are varying the gate voltage. This is a variable voltage, for example. This one, if it is varying, then with VDS equals to 0, you are going to see the plot. We have already seen the plots, these plots with VDS equals to 0 and x-axis is VGS. Okay, same plot or similar plot, not same because it is not exactly same. So you can find out the total gate capacitance, and the plot which will obtain is this one. As we have seen earlier also, at threshold voltage, the gate capacitance is minimum, and again it will increase. If you look at this this one, it is minimum here. This side is accumulation region. Okay, accumulation region when VGS is negative. Here it is 0. This side is negative. See, when at 0 or negative, VGS 0 or negative, then we get the maximum gate voltage. That is get to body voltage actually, and then it will gradually decrease, and then after that, when VGS increases, you get this total capacitance. Total capacitance is more or less same in accumulation and in this region. So here you see this side, if you consider this side is negative VGS, means accumulation regions. What I mean by accumulation, could you understand? And when VGS equals to VT, then minimum afterwards it is becoming the more or less same value of accumulation region. Okay. So what is the accumulation region I'm telling about? We have said cutoff region, linear region, saturation region. Something all of a sudden I'm telling accumulation region. What is that? Any idea?
No, sir, no idea.
See, in MOSFET, this is your gate, source, and drain, right? We are saying that if VGS equals to 0, then cutoff region. Okay. If VGS greater than VT and VDS less than VGS minus VT, then it is linear region. Okay. And if VGS greater than VT and VDS greater than equals to VGS minus VT, then what region it is? Saturation, right? But if VGS is negative, then VGS less than 0. Then what will happen if you apply negative voltage, negative charge you are depositing here instead of positive charge? What will happen to the channel region? P-type substrate, right? So holes are there here and there. Doping concentration is very light. And what will happen to the holes? Here they will be accumulated. Yes or no? Corresponding to each charge, negative charge deposited on the gate material, holes will be attracted and will be lined up there. This is called accumulation. And MOSFETs will be in accumulation region. Could you understand, Prajwal? Harsh Tripathi?
Yes, sir.
Understanding? Corresponding to negative charge at the gate, because you are going to connect here VGS negative. Then this may happen. The holes will be accumulated here. Of course, there will be no drain current. Will there be any drain current? Shashank? Harshvardhan Agarwal?
Sir, present, sir. There won't be any drain current.
There will be no drain current because
Correct.
yes, somebody say something you are selling.
Yes,
Tell.
sir. There is no drain current.
There will be no drain current. Okay. Because you have reverse bias junctions here also, even though it is unbiased, you can say this certain side is biased, reverse biased, so no drain current. So this accumulation I am talking about, accumulation region will be in the negative side of the VGS. Their VT, I mean get to body capacitance will be high. Afterwards, when you increase the gate voltage on the positive side, then gradually it will be decreasing and the minimum at VD, VGS equals to VT. Further, we have to see further more capacitance. We have not discussed this capacitance, that is a drain diffusion and source diffusion capacitance. How it is calculated here. See, this is the N plus region. This side also you will have the N plus region. We are not showing. One side is we are discussing. It is because it is symmetrical. So in this N plus region, we have seen that there will be depletion layer around it, and that gives capacitance, which is called drain diffusion capacitance or source diffusion capacitance, right? So for source side, if you can say, this is the LS length of the diffusion. I mean to say this length LS from here to here, or from in this side it is LD. Okay, LS LD. So since it is symmetrical, we'll discuss only one that will give. So this will have bottom plate. This is there'll be all a depletion layer around it. So to calculate the capacitance, what do we need? We need the C equals to epsilon 0 epsilon R A divided by T ox, here not T ox, it is depletion width. Okay, depletion width. So let me denote it with D, depletion width. WD you can write, depletion width. Anyway, so if you know the area, so what will be the area of bottom plate? This is the width of the, this direction is the width of the device, and this is LS. So bottom plate area is W into LS. Similarly, for the drain side, it will be W into LD. Okay, so Let us talk about one side only, LS. Then side wall, there will be 3 side walls. Here is the back side wall, this is front side wall, and this is left side wall. These 3 side walls should be considered. And area will be what? Tell me. This depth. This depth is xj. Junction depth, you call it junction depth. From here to here, this is called xj, junction depth. So the side wall, the front side wall, if you consider, or back side wall, what will be the area? Let me say front side wall.
xj
Side
into
wall.
ls.
What is that? LS into xj. Similarly for the back side wall, so we'll just multiply by 2. Okay. And total area we have now come to know. Okay. No, still it is not done. So this one will be left side wall is going to be W into xj. Yes or no? W into xj or not?
Yes, sir.
So all together we have got all area known to us. Then we can find out the capacitance value. Okay. See, the bottom plate junction, which is formed by the source region with doping Nd and the substrate with doping Na, the total depletion region capacitance of this component equals the C bottom, that is Cj WLS. Cj is the junction capacitance per unit area. Remember the unit area, per unit area it is. So Cj should be multiplied by the area. Like, you know, gate oxide capacitance, we know Cox. Cox is expressed as micrometer or capacitance per area. So we have to multiply to get the actual capacitance. We have to multiply it into area WL. So same thing is here also. So Cj should be multiplied with the area. As the bottom plate junction is typically of the abrupt type, the Grading coefficient, this Grading coefficient we have discussed earlier, even in the 3rd semester, we'll discuss here also. If it is M is half for abrupt junction, for linear or graded junction, it is 0.33. Okay. The sidewall junction formed by the source region with doping Nd and P plus channel stop. This is channel stop. This region you are seeing, this region, the gray colored region, is channel stop. It is not P type lightly doped, rather intentionally it is P plus type. Okay. So that's called channel stop implant with Na plus, not Na. The doping level of the stopper is usually larger than that of the substrate. That is what. So it is written N plus, resulting in a larger capacitance per unit area. Okay, per unit area. Concentration is more means what? Depletion layer width will be less, and hence capacitance will be more. Did you understand? Himanshu Sogra, are you understanding?
Sir, I'm not able to visualize the capacitance here. Can you show what is the area and what is the
See,
exactly?
this one you could not understand what we are saying here. In this we have written today something. Should I delete all those things? Previous things are there. Previous year's thing.
Sir, over this only, can you draw which is the area and which is the length of the capacitance?
See, if we see this, we are showing the cross-sectional view, right? Cross-sectional view, and you have the n plus region, and drain is having positive voltage. So around this, there will be a depletion layer or not?
Yes, sir.
So this depletion layer acts as a insulator and forms capacitance, right? Like, in a PN diode, we have discussed in third semester, is a P and N junction, P and N region, and this is the metallurgical junction. Okay. So once you reverse bias, what happens? A depletion layer forms or not?
Yes, sir.
So this depletion layer is having what? Ion. Okay. Immobile ion. Electrons from this side has gone to the left side, P side, and leaving behind P plus ion, positive ion, and holes from left side gone to the right side, so leaving behind the negative ions. These ions have no mobile carriers, so it can be thought of as a insulating or non-conducting. So a capacitance is formed between these two plates. There is one plate. Let me denote it in this way. There is a two plate, or there will be capacitance in between. Okay. This capacitance, in our MOSFET case, we say drain or source diffusion capacitance. As I said, this region N plus and N plus or P plus regions earlier were formed by diffusion process. Nowadays it is unimplantation. Still, that name is being followed. So we say drain diffusion shows diffusion capacitance. Same thing is happening around this MOSFET also, around this N plus regions also. Similar depletion layer forms like N junction diode. Do you understand this thing? Even the source side is not biased, then also there'll be deflection layer because of the concentration gradient. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So we are talking about that capacitance around the drain or around the source. So to find out the capacitance, what do you need? The area. Parallel plate capacitance, two plate. Suppose this is one plate, there is another plate. Okay. And within this two plate, if you want to find out the capacitance, you need to have the overlap area. You should have the knowledge of overlap. This much area, which area is overlapped. That is going to give you the, possibly if I draw it in this way, this is bottom plate and this is top plate. The area, common area is going to give the capacitance, not the other portion. This you know or not?
Yes, sir.
So what we are doing here, we are trying to find out the area of the front side wall and back side wall. This is front side wall. This is front. Front means we are looking from this side, and behind that is the back side, right? So that's why I'm telling front and back. So side wall capacitance to be found. For that, we need to know the area. This length is, as you see, it is LS. Source side we are doing, so we have put LS. Right side will give LD, drain side. So we are talking about LS, source side, because it is symmetrical. So LS, and the junction depth, this is called junction depth, it is XJ. So area will be LS into XJ. This is for say front side wall. For back side it will be same. So we have multiplied by 2. Okay. And then you have another side wall, this side wall, left side. So area here W into XJ. Do you understand this? XJ is the depth. This is depth of diffusion region. Could you understand?
Yes, sir.
So the W into XJ is this left side wall area. That is what we are discussing so far. Then we are saying that bottom plate capacitance will be Cj into WLS, because Cj is junction capacitance per unit area. So if you multiply by the area W into LS, then we get the capacitance value. Okay. Now you are talking about here the grading coefficient. Grading coefficients may be 0.5 or 0.33. 0.5 it is abrupt junction. Abrupt means one side is heavily doped, other side is lightly doped. Okay. That is not the case for bottom plate. But for side wall, this and this and is this side also, front side also. Front side is not visible. It is N plus type. Okay. So both the sides are quite highly doped. Already N plus is there here, and this is also N plus, sorry, P plus. So both sides are heavily doped. It is not abrupt. So this may be applicable for that. It is P plus. It is called channel stop. This doping is channel stop. But other than that side is substrate. You know, substrate is lightly doped. That is, say this is lightly doped P type. This side is also P type. The side of junction found by the source region with doping ND and P plus channel stop implant with doping Na plus. The doping level of stop are usually larger than that of the substrate, resulting in a larger capacitance per unit area. Larger capacitance will be if the depletion layer width is less. Do you understand this? Capacitance is epsilon 0 epsilon R A by D, depletion layer width. Let me say WD, depletion layer width. It is less if doping concentration of both sides are higher. This you understand, Himanshu Sogra?
Yes, sir.
So that is what written here. It's nothing more than that, resulting in a larger capacitance per unit area. The side-wall junction is typically graded, and its grading coefficient is 0.33 instead of 0.5. Okay. If it is step graded, then it is 0.5. Its capacitance value equals this. Cj SW prime into Xj W plus 2 into LS. Notice that no sidewall capacitance is considered for this side. This side is having channel. So this side, once conducting channel is there, here, you should not consider that. So this thing you understood, this equation. CSW, sidewall capacitance.
Yes, sir. Understood.
There's nothing but area. This portion is your X J into W is what? This is the area of what? Which plate?
Sidewall.
Which sidewall?
No, that width is not connected to the channel. Not on the channel side, opposite to the channel.
Opposite the channel side. Yes, you are right. This is the left sidewall, I can say. This one, isn't it?
Yes.
And XA into LS. XA into 2LS is what area?
The front end, front side.
Front
and
Front,
back
side.
front
wall.
plus bottom. Front, this one is front, and this is back sidewall. 2 is taken because of this one. Symmetrical, so it is 2. And you are multiplying with CJ HW prime. It is CJ HW prime. And it is what? CJ HW prime is capacitance per unit perimeter. Okay. This is capacitance per unit perimeter. Since Xj, the depth, junction depth is technology parameter, it is nominally combined with CJSW prime into a capacitance per unit perimeter. So CJSW equals to CJSW prime into Xj per unit perimeter. An expression for the total junction capacitance can be expressed as this: C diffusion. We can say C diffusion for drain or C diffusion S, you can say source side and then side. It is, we are considering one side only because other side will be same. C bottom plate, CSW. So for CJ into area plus CJSW into perimeter, or this is the final expression of drain diffusion capacitance or source diffusion capacitance. Understood? And this is very important because it is parasitic capacitance and undesirable capacitance. It is undesirable capacitance. Why? Can somebody say? In your third semester, we have discussed this slide. CD, we have found for a PN junction, we have found the capacitance, and depletion layer, this depletion layer capacitance we have found earlier. It is nothing but A into epsilon SI by WD. Epsilon SI is having epsilon 0 epsilon R. So WD is the depletion layer width. This is WD. And which can be written as WD can be written as WN plus WP. The W is both the side as there, na? This side, P side and N side. Depletion layer will penetrate in both sides, but how much will penetrate depends on the doping concentration of each side, and it can be approximated as A into epsilon SI by WP for ND much greater than NA. That is the case for which one? Tell me. This will be the case for bottom plate, possibly, isn't it? Bottom plate, at the bottom you have the substrate, there is no channel stop. Side walls are little different because you may have the channel stop. You may have the channel stop which is N plus type. Okay. Here, since it is N plus, and your diffusion region is sorry, Na. This is Na plus, and your diffusion side is N plus. So both sides are heavily doped. So you can say that depletion layer will be more or less same in both the sides. So in that case, we cannot approximate this thing, but otherwise, in this case, we can approximate as this WP. We can ignore the WN. And this WP we have derived earlier in third semester is going to be 2 epsilon si within parenthesis Vbi plus Vr by QNA, where Vbi is the built-in potential and Vr is reverse biased applied across this PN junction. Okay, for reverse biased, this Vr, and you have the built-in potential Vbi here, which is equals to 0.7 volt in normal diodes, silicon diodes. Anyway, that may depend on biasing also, it may vary. I mean, Vbi is ideally rather generally considered as 0.7, but it depends on Na and D, okay, of both the sides. So it may be more or less. Third semester you might have simulated with TCAD. If you have done, you could have seen that. Okay. So finally, after mathematical manipulation, we can write this expression. After this, we can express CD0 by 1 plus Vr by Vbi whole to the power half, where we have written M instead of half, we have written M, where M is called the grading coefficient, equals to half for abrupt junction and 1/3 for linear or graded junction. And this has been shown in the figure at the next slide. But before that, what is CD? CD0, let us discuss once again in this semester. CD equals to CD0 by this expression we have seen. In that we have replaced the earlier we have written VR. We have generalized the equation and we are writing VB, bias voltage. Okay. If VB is 0, means no bias, then what do you get? CD equals to CD0. Okay. No bias, diffusion capacitance in any junction. That may be diode. Here in your MOSFET is also there is a diode only under N plus region or P plus region. Okay. If VB is positive, junction is forward bias. Suppose VB equals to 0.6 volt, hence denominator is what? 1 minus 0.6 divided by 0.7. If you consider VBI equals to 0.7, then we get this denominator, we get 0.378. So it comes to be CD0 divided by 0.378. What does it mean? Since the denominator is smaller than unity, we get larger value of CD than CD0. Okay. Larger value. Something I have written here. VB equals to 0.7. Can we write VB equals to 1 volt? We'll get more capacitance even. Should we write this? Apply this much voltage in case of your MOSFET. I'm talking about MOSFET. There's something?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Why?
It would be forward biased.
Yes, it would be forward biased and transistor action will be lost. I mean to say here, if it is forward biased, this diode, reverse biased diodes will be forward biased and transistor action will be lost. We cannot do that. Now, if VB is negative, then junction is reverse biased. In this case, we get smaller value of CD. Okay, because this minus minus it will be plus. So 1 plus something means your denominator is greater than unity, and hence CD value will be greater than CD 0. Now CD0 can be written as A by 2 into square root of 2 epsilon si q Na by VBI for ND much greater than Na, and this one for Na much greater than ND. This all was discussed earlier in 3rd semester. If you have notes, you refer back if you are not able to understand, or you tell me, I'll go back and show all those discussions, but it will take time and we have to extend the classes. What is the physical meaning of this one? It is unbiased junction capacitance. In simple word, it is unbiased junction capacitance in any PN junction, not in diode only, that may be anywhere. Okay, in case of MOSFETs also you see that there are diodes. And this is the plot we are talking about. In linear, this is the red plot, linear junction, and the black one is abrupt junction. And M equals to 0.5 in this case. M is 0.5 in abrupt junction and 0.33 in linear junction. The equation is same, only thing what we have changed is VD we have written instead of VB. You can say diode voltage, so written possibly VD. And phi 0 is written instead of VBI. Okay, I think remaining same. The author to author different notation, I mean, vary. So that is the difference you are finding here. This problem is given in your book. Try to solve yourself in your text. Everybody is having the book or not? Are you following the book or just following this lecture? If you want, you should purchase the book. Anyway, now
So far, only following your PPT, sir.
why you read the books, you will get more materials. You know, I am picking up very small things and try to fill up the gaps by saying something. Okay, if you read, possibly you will learn more. That's why I suggest you refer the book. Rabe, Jan M. Rabe's book you refer is a good book. You can purchase a copy of it. This is the problem 3.1 and try to solve it yourself. Now capacitive model. This is a complete capacitance model of this MOSFET. Of course, here one thing is hidden, that is overlap capacitance. Here that's why it is put CGS equals to CGCS excluding the overlap. So CGS is including CGSO also. Is O stands for overlap. Overlap we have discussed. So here also CGD includes the overlap portion of the capacitance in the drain side. CGB is the get to body capacitance, and CSB source side division capacitance, and CDB drain side division capacitance. So I hope you understand that, because we have already discussed this thing and shown. Now one numerical is given in your book. Try to understand and solve it. Solution is given possibly, and you try to understand it. The oxide thickness given as 6 nanometer, length is given as 0.24 micrometer, width is given as 0.36 micrometer. LDLS, note down here, LDLS given as 0.625 micrometer. Is larger, larger than channel length. Remember that. And CO, overlap capacitance, 3 into 10 minus 10 farad per meter, and CJO equals to 2 into 10 minus 3 farad per meter square and CgSWO equals to 2.75 into 10⁻10 farad per meter. Determine the zero bias value of all relevant capacitances. So all the capacitance you have to find out, and then this is one value, for example. Similarly, another value, it is WLCOX, get to channel capacitance CG. Then here, this leads to a total gate capacitance. I mean, adding these two things, 0.5039 femtofarad plus this one, so it gives you 0.7 femtofarad. So in this examples, if you go through, things will be more clear. Whatever theoretical things you have understood will be more clear. Okay, take a snapshot if you want. In the book, elaborately it's not given. Certain things I have expanded and given here. Now we'll come back to this value. Okay, later on I'll talk about this one later. Okay. So to summarize the discussion, then it will go like this. The diffusion cap seems to be to dominate. If you see these values, the calculation based on some 0.25 microwatt technology generation, if you look at the values, you will see that diffusion capacitance is going to dominate. Okay, this is the diffusion capacitance dominates the gate capacitance. It's a higher value. This is a worst case condition because CJ0 and CJSW0 has been used. Increased reverse bias, if you do, as is the normal operation of the MOSFET circuit, the diffusion capacitance is substantially reduced. That you have to, if you use this CJ0 and CJSW0, means what? Without bias, means say drain connection you have not given. Okay, so then diffusion width is minimum, so more capacitance will be there. Depletion layer width is less. So that way it is, if you calculate, then that is the worst case. But in normal operation, mostly the MOSFET will be biased, so value will be less. Moreover, clever design can help you to reduce the LD and LS. It can be concluded that the diffusion cap is at most equal and mostly substantially smaller than gate cap. This is the conclusion of this discussion. Here are the values given for those discussed capacitances, overlap capacitance, junction capacitance, etc. COX, femtofarad per micrometer square, 6 femtofarad per micrometer square, 0.31 femtofarad per micrometer. This is the overlap capacitance, junction capacitance for N MOSFET 2 femtofarad per micrometer square. And these are the junction, what is that? Grading coefficients, junction grading coefficients. This is for sidewall. So now we'll go to the next. One small question that show that the channel resistance of an NMOS is in triode region is given by KL by W, where K equals to 1 upon mu n COX into Vs minus Vt. Assume that the drain is biased at very small voltage, VDS with respect to source. Other terms have their user meaning. So this is what this solution, I hope it is easily understandable. It has been said that if VDS is very small, then this square term can be neglected, and then your current equation will remain up to this only. Suppose you have VDS equals to 0.1 volt. If you square it, is going to be 0.01 volt. So if you divide by 2, it's going further reduced. So that can be small value that can be neglected compared to the other part of the equation. And hence, ID will remain up to this much only. So channel resistance VDS by ID. So VDS divided by this portion of the equation you are putting, neglecting this portion, and which gives you K into LYW, where K equals to this. Is it understood? If anybody not understood, tell me. Himanshu Shogra.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay.
Understood, sir.
Now, like drain or source diffusion caps, another set of parasitic elements exist, that is source resistance and drain diffusion resistance. Source diffusion resistance and drain diffusion resistance. What is that? Your this resistance. Okay. We have shown some this kind of resistance also. We said that you have the channel, it is having channel resistance RC. Just now in the previous slide we saw RC is there. In addition to that, this region also is having resistance. It is not conductor like copper or aluminum. It will be having resistance, and this contact made here is also a hole is made through the silicon dioxide. This side will be all over silicon dioxide. Sorry. Oh. This side you will have SiO2 everywhere. Everywhere you will have SiO2, and you have to drill hole, you can say. Of course, it is not drilled using conventional drill. Etching is done. Etching is done and hole is made, and that hole is filled with tungsten to make the contact with N+ region. N+ region. So there will be contact resistance here. Similarly, here you will have contact resistance. So this may be called RC. RC. This may be called RS. This may be called RD. Drain diffusion region. Of course, it is heavily doped. Resistance will be less, but still there will be 20 ohm per square. 20 ohm per square resistance may be there. Okay. And these resistances, along with the channel resistance, is going to offer delay. Delay, propagation delay of any gate, any circuit is a function of the capacitance as well as the resistance. Whenever you are talking about a delay of inverter, we have only discussed about so far we have discussed about the load capacitance CL, right? CL we have said. But this is going to drive possibly another gate, maybe inverter I'm showing just now. And this interconnect is having capacitance that I said, but this line is having resistance also. Okay, and as I said that it will be having contact capacitance and then contact resistance, channel resistance, all the resistance are also involved. So delay, propagation delay TP is a function of capacitance CL as well as the resistance associated with it. Okay, because this MOSFET has to charge it, the CL, through this to this capacitances. RC, RS, and of course I am denoting same thing. It is not correct. Channel resistance also I have denoted with R channel. Let me write. So channel resistance, drain diffusion resistance or source diffusion resistance plus contact resistance. So all three is coming to charge it up and discharge. Okay, and hence the delay will increase because of these resistances. Circuit speed will be low. Do you understand, Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
So it is important. The resistance of the drain source region can be expressed as RSD because both are similar. So we are denoting with RS or RD. It is same thing. Okay. LS D divided by W into R square. R square is the sheet resistance per square. What is meaning of that is that suppose you have a sheet of interconnect wire. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. And your length is say L of this is 100 micrometer and this width is 10 micrometer. Width is 10 micrometer, right? So how many square can we make out of it? Obviously, you just divide it.
10.
So 10 you will get. So per square, the value of resistance is denoted by R square. Understood? Per square resistance. This is not conductor like superconductor or something like very good conductor. It is whatever is maybe aluminium.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Tell.
Sir, actually, I have a quiz now, sir. It's fine, no problem.
Okay, then
Sure.
we'll stop. We'll stop here. Okay. So we'll continue from here. Tell me whether you are understanding or not. I'm just speaking.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We are understanding.
Okay, then. Any time, any doubt, you tell me if you are not understanding.
Sir, all
So-
these 272 pages are for module 1 only.
Basically, but I'll go fast. Actually, you are not responding to me. Once